Hi, my name is Gas Station Princess. Ain't nothing like caffeine and chemicals in the morning, bitch. I'm the pinnacle of health. Yeehaw, motherfucker. Woo! So yeah, good morning. Hi, how are ya? Okay. Today's story ain't no walk in the park, alright? This ain't no leisurely stroll to Gam Gam's house, bitch, alright? This is more like the car ride home when you know you have a really bad report card and like your ass is sweating and like you're like playing with your fucking fingernails and you're biting your nails and you're scared, you're terrified because you know the second you walk through that door, your mom has a weapon in her hand. What is she gonna beat my ass with? A belt, a shoe, the good old fashioned hand, a little backhand, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get whooped with. Basically, that's what this story is. Okay, so the other day, right, my sister and I were hanging out, cute little sibling time. Oh, yeah, whatever. We were hanging out, and she was looking through her old Snapchat pictures, you know, like the cursed 2016 dog filter era. Yeah, it was that time period. And this picture of my sister, who's since passed, popped up. R.I.P. Big Bro. R.I.P. Big Bro. I always get uncomfortable when I talk about people who've died because I'm like, I don't want sympathy and I don't want you guys to be like, oh, this bitch is bringing it up for sympathy, but then I don't want to seem disrespectful. I love you. I love you. Shout out to Big Bro, because if it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't even be rapping though. Anyway, yeah, so this picture of my sister who's passed away popped up and she's like cooking. And then my other sister who I'm hanging out with, she's like, do you remember this day? I'm like, not really. And she's like, oh, well, this was a day she tried to convince us to give rat poison to my mom's boyfriend. I was like, me and my sister looked at each other, we're like, sounds about right. And then we laughed for like 20 minutes because, okay, you know when you have childhood trauma and you have siblings and you guys talk about these really horrible things that have happened and then you guys both look at each other and start scream laughing when you know in reality it's really bad, but you don't really know how to process your emotions because you were never taught as a child. So you just laugh. So we just started laughing. We were like scream laughing and we're like, oh God. And then she started like digging up all these old fucking horrible memories from my like childhood and my teen years about like my just horrible things, right? Because I have the tendency to block out my whole life because everything was too traumatizing for me. So I tend to block it out. And then my sister reminds me, thanks sis. And then I relive it all over again. And then I'm like, oh wait, that did happen. Right. So then this is where this story came from basically. Digging up the old childhood trauma. Woo! People use the term trauma too loosely, like, so I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I just almost died or whatever. It's not a big deal. Don't feel sorry for me. Ew, weird, gross feelings. But the story I'm going to tell today basically is about my mom getting a WWE SmackDown beatdown. Yeah, RKO out of nowhere. You can't see me, all that. Yeah, basically that's what happened. And before you're like, that's mean, you shouldn't be talking about this. It's my life, and I'm gonna talk about it. Cause she blamed, I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I wanna talk about, Brenda. If you don't like it, report me, motherfucker. Anyway, we're gonna tell the story. You know, I really write down everything in notebooks, okay? I actually care about you guys. So basically, yeah, I block out my whole childhood. So my sister was kind of filling me in on like, there was a day, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous because like I don't really like talking about my childhood, but I'm gonna talk about it. So here's a little backstory. We had just moved into this house with my mom and her boyfriend. We were always on and off living with my grandma because my mom has a very interesting dating pattern and very interesting way of living life. Hey, more power to you. You had kids you didn't want, but you kept popping them out. I mean, I don't know. Toss them to the grandma, right? Anyway, yeah, so we had moved into like a house apartment kind of thing with my mom and her boyfriend. And I already knew shit was gonna fucking hit the fan because this man was insane, right? Like my mom had told us, hey, lock your doors at night. We're like, oh, that's normal. Lock your doors at night. Yeah, lock your doors at night. And we're like, well, we're not locking our doors for each other. So basically, we already knew it was going to end up bad. He was really crazy and weird. I think he was doing drugs because he would like randomly get really angry for no reason Or like if I cleaned the bathroom, we were not allowed to use the bathroom until he checked the bathroom, and if it wasn't perfect, then yeah, we would like have to go lay on our beds, and we weren't allowed to get off our beds. Like some kind of flowers in the attic type shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever watch that movie? Like where like you're just locked in your room all day and you're terrified to do anything and everything you do is wrong. And then usually my mom would kind of just blame us. Like, hey, it's your fault that I'm with fucking a psychopath who takes all my money and hates my kids. Yeah, it's your fault. And I'm like, oh my God, it is my fault. I'm the worst kid alive. That's why I'm a people pleaser now, motherfucker. Yeah, so that's like a little backstory. Like, she was with a guy who was just crazy, took all her money, just was weird, abusive. Like, she had broke her arm once by herself falling, but we weren't there for that. So this story is basically, we were actually there for what had happened. Okay, so basically we were all upstairs in my sister's room, just whatever. And then we start hearing screaming, like literal screaming. And it's like my mom and her boyfriend, but they argued all the time. So we're like, oh my God. So I'm over here sweating already because I was an anxious child and I'm still anxious. I'm worse now, I think. So I'm already sweating and shit. I'm getting nervous. But then I hear real screaming and like banging. And then my little sister runs down there and starts screaming. But me and my sister were laughing about this shit, okay? Because she was like, I just started screaming and I don't even know what was happening. And I was like, we were just laughing about it, which it's not funny, but we were laughing. I was like, ah! Like, she was just screaming, running up and down the stairs and swearing at him from the hallway. I'm like, girl, you're about to get whooped. You're going to get beat up. Just like our mom's going to get her ass whooped, you're going to get your ass whooped too. I'm just kidding. But, like, at first, we didn't think it was anything too serious, because they would argue all the time, and he, you know, but we heard screaming and banging, like, banging, and then, we knew he was, like, hitting her, because my sister saw him hitting her, and then, so basically, I'm panicking, like, I can't breathe, I'm gonna die, I can't breathe, I don't know what to do, like, you know, I don't know what to do, because I'm like, if I call the police and he hears me, he's gonna beat the fuck out of me, and I don't know what's gonna happen, like, are we all gonna just be locked in that? I don't know what was gonna happen, because I was terrified. So basically I was a wimp and I feel so bad about this. Like I was not brave enough to call the police. Like I texted like, I didn't even know if that was a thing, bro. I thought I texted the police. I don't even know if you can text the police. I texted some help number because I was too scared for him to hear us like calling for help. And I didn't want to get the smackdown of my life. So I texted like a 911 thing that I found on the internet. That is the laundry. That I found on the internet. And what's it called? I don't think it did shit, all right? Like, if you wanted to kill my mom, it would have been my fault. Because it was like, bitch, why didn't you just call the police? I'm like, oh, look, if my mom likes to get her ass whooped every other day of the week, whatever. But I don't want to be tapped into that shit, all right? Because if he heard me on the phone, he would have came and cracked my ass. What the hell? Like, I'm good. I'm good on getting my ass whooped. And then later on in life, I follow in my mother's footsteps and get my ass whooped, all right? Okay, history repeats itself, amen? But I got out of there. But, yeah, so, oh my God, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent, but, my sister's screaming, I'm freaking out. I text some number for asking for help. I don't know what I texted. I don't really remember that great because I tend to block it out. And then we all run downstairs. All my siblings run downstairs to go like try to help my mom, but he had already escaped. He like ran through the window because I think he thought one of us called the police, and of course I was too pussy to actually call the police because I thought he was gonna whoop our ass because we heard him coming up and down the stairs. There was this like little staircase, so I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna come up here and beat the fuck out of me. I'm scared because he was a big dude. He was like 6'2", 6'3", big guy. And he was always like, he would like beat up dogs. Like we had a dog, oh, long story. But like he would beat up animals. He was scary. I'm like, you're not gonna whip my ass. Not today, Satan. But when he left and we knew like the coast was clear, we went in my mom's room and we're like, I gave her this whole speech, bro. I gave her this whole speech. I was over here like, everything will be okay, mommy. Yeah, I was weird. I was 17 and calling my mom mommy. Emotional incest, anyone? I was her therapist. So I'm like, everything will be okay, mommy. We don't need him. Like, we'll take care of you. Me saying this to a grown woman. Me. Because I always thought it was my responsibility to take care of everyone. Or, you know, the oldest child syndrome. And I'm over here giving her this immaculate speech. I feel like I'm fucking, what's it called? Like, I just feel like I'm really talking my shit. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a great child. I'm awesome. He's gone. Everything's going to change. I don't know why I ever thought that because the same thing happened all the time. And then she just looked at me. It's your fault. What? She's over here with a bloody face. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's all your fault. I'll never get married. You guys are fucking pigs. And you don't do this. And that's why he was angry at me. And you don't do that. And you're not good enough. Man. And I'm sitting there like, you know when you can't even be sad because you're like, what the fuck is going on in here on this day? So I'm sitting there like, I gave you a speech, the Declaration of Independence. I was like, huh? I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh, it's my fault. It doesn't hurt. It ain't no stab to the fucking chest. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. And after that happened, that's when I knew I had to take me and my siblings and get the fuck out of there. We had to hop on out of there because I'm like, if you're okay with him beating you up and you're blaming us, we're next. We're next. This ain't no WWE tag team match, bitch. You stay in the ring. You stay in the ring with the Undertaker, bitch. I'm not getting whooped. I'm not. And so after that happened, I kind of realized, oh, we're on our own. We have to escape this. And we ended up getting out not too long after that. You know, we went to live with my grandma. And that was a whole nother thing. But basically, yeah, my mom got her, she got her ass whooped. And it was my fault. I love being the scapegoat child, golden child. And then, every time you do like one kind of thing wrong, you're just like not good anymore. My weird avoidant attachment style, it's all kicking in now. It all makes sense now. But basically that was the story. Yeah. And me and my sister were laughing our asses off about it. We're like, oh my God, remember when you were crying? And remember when we were plotting to kill him? and remember when we ran away? And remember when she had a black eye and her arm was broken and she lied? Yeah. Fun stories to tell at the Christmas table, motherfuckers. Right in front of the ham that I cooked. Yeah, very fun stories. Anyway, that was the story you guys wanted to hear. I did a little poll and I told the fucking story, so there you go. Also, look at my shirt. Okay, that's my cat. Look at my shirt. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Because it's so cool to be toxic. Yeah, oh my God, I'm crazy and I can't keep a relationship and it's so cool. Just kidding, no. My uncle bought me this and I was like, I'm kind of offended. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye, motherfucker.